Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Fun with Dumb. A few announcements. I got a new EP dropping on November 2nd called Cafe Blue. And yeah, it's all new music. I'm working on new music videos, so stay tuned for that. Brand new merch coming out as well. I took a little hiatus from the podcast. Not that you guys noticed. We just had a lot of back catalog of episodes that finally came out. We're shooting this pretty much on the week that it's coming out. This will be coming out this week. So it's very recent. All these announcements are recent. And I'm here catching up with a longtime friend of mine for probably over, it's been about 10 years plus, actually. And a lot of people don't know that because this gentleman here has his own podcast, is involved in a lot of things that's still very, current. We just haven't been in the same world, but he plays in a band called Mangchi. He's the host of the Steebee Weebee show. He's a rapper that went by Kwangu and now just what would do you still
Steebee Weebee, just
Steebee Weebie? I mean, what's your rapper name?
Monty Mark, he recommended a new name.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because he was like, how do you pronounce that?
Kwangu is straight. It's Korean name.
Yeah, it's a Korean name.
Yeah. So,
but no one knows how to.
Yeah.
They think it's a Chinese city or something. They're
right.
Hey,
like Guangzhou. Like Guangzhou, yeah. But yeah, we're here with Stevie. Everybody make some noise, yo. Hey.
Thank you, Bryce. Thank you. Yeah.
The same producers.
I've been waiting for so long to come here. I bug these guys every week. I'm like, so
is that true?
George, I'm bugging you.
Every week I said we got a backlog. We haven't recorded.
Yeah,
okay.
I always bug them. Like, hey man, can I come on soon? Or
No.
what's the deal?
I mean, honestly, like it's
right, Bryce.
Right.
The first couple of podcast guests that would have been the easiest for me to get is you and your brother Bobby.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Which should have been
He had a great time here.
Oh yeah, no, it was great. It was great.
Yeah.
No, it was all bound to happen.
Yeah,
I mean, really, you guys are still some of the earlier guests. We're only a little bit this is.
I'm just happy I'm here. I made it to the seat.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
happy, dude.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. Just working on music myself and just and the show.
And you were mentioning not the Mangchi stuff, but more solo stuff right now.
Yeah, I just just to get a break, just to get a little break and just to just to be free with just
creatively.
Yeah, just creatively, just like I'm not like I don't have a deadline like you. I don't have to turn it in.
Nah,
I don't even have to put it out, but it's something I want to do. You know what I mean?
If it was up to me, I wouldn't have any deadlines.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like to me, I don't know. I think definitely if you're working out like deals with like indie labels or whatever, there's still deadline shit they want.
You've come a long way, dude.
I'm
so proud of you,
both
dude.
of us, bro. Like
I'm
we
so
literally,
proud of you, bro.
A lot of people don't know we have this history of like going back to LA underground hip hop shows.
Rough days. Oh.
They were rough days.
Knitting Factory.
Yeah, it's like imagine
rough.
the stand-up comedy, come up, but even shittier almost.
Yeah.
In a way, it's like still shittier. Like
you even gave me at the Low End Theory, like I only entered one battle and like I asked you for pointers and I got beat the first round. I was so drunk by Element. I went up to you. I go, hey man, so how do you do this stuff, man? And you're like, I don't know, man. Like, just say one thing and build off the last.
I just remember doing shows for like drink tickets at the Knitting Factory in Hollywood. And
I hosted some events there too.
Oh, did you?
In the small room.
Yeah. And I took like the metro to get to the venue.
I remember those days. Yeah,
like,
you took the bus.
The bus, man, this is like
slang, dude. I would manufacture my own merch. Like I went to Staples.
Right.
I had the thermal ink jet print, all that, and I would sit there all night.
Yeah, all the CD burners.
Yeah, all night.
I think at one point I invested in a CD burner that had the 10 burners at the same time.
Yeah.
Would burn like it was like a little factory and shit.
And then you'd print out your covers of like the little.
Yeah, I remember silk screening my own T-shirts in my house, which is a studio apartment, and all the chemicals and shit. I'd wake up and my eyes were bloodshot red from the chemicals of the fucking silk screen chemicals, bro.
Yeah.
Like
that was early. What year was that?
I
was early 2000,
it was
2002.
Like 2002 to 2004 was like around the time where I was really doing shows.
Yep.
LA started doing the shows.
Yeah, you guys started taking over though. Like I remember Zen Sushi you guys took over that whole club.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, your whole crew, like Swim Team.
Little Tokyo too, all that area.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy, bro. Yeah. And
those were the days. And I was supposed to, I caught the tail end of that tour Mestizo brought you, he brought you and No Can.
Yeah, it was called the Gas Money Millionaires Tour.
Yeah. Old English, you.
Yeah.
I only did like 2 or 3 shows with you guys at the end.
That is crazy because like afterwards, I started seeing you just in that realm of obviously the podcast world.
Yeah.
Like the Yasa.
I quit rapping. I quit music. I was actually just I was working at Fat Sal's.
Yeah.
I did 1 EP and I'm like, I'm cool off this.
Fat Sal's the sandwich spot? For real? God damn, I didn't know that.
I was their shit guy. I was like, I was bagging bulgogi. I was washing dishes.
God damn.
Yeah,
Well, so you're just like, I'm done with rapping.
I was working the midnight
gig at Fat Sal's.
Yeah, the graveyard shift. Yeah.
God damn, bro.
And
Fat Sal's.
And then my brother's like,
shout out to Fat Sal's.
Yeah, shout out to Fat Sal's. Get those sandwiches there.
Yeah. Hopefully they can sponsor
on
us.
Highland. Yeah. That's a.
They usually get a Fat Sal's sponsor, bro. That would be a story.
Dude, I plugged them so much, man.
Oh, you do?
I plugged over the years.
Oh, that's what's up.
But anyway, yeah, so my brother, he was like, we're driving around here, we're going to go to some Korean spot, and he was like, hey, and he looked at his phone, he's like, oh man, damn, can you just roll with me? And I go, where are you going? He goes, I got to do this podcast. I go, who? Where? He goes, you know Dave Choe? I go, oh, hell yeah. Because I'm a fan.
Right.
I watched his documentary and stuff.
Oh, so like, that's what happened?
He brought
took
me.
You with him.
He took me. I was just there to chill.
Yeah, right.
I wanted to chill. I wanted to dap him up and just chill.
Yeah.
So I got there, and then I gave him respect. I go, oh man, I love your art. And I literally took a seat and I put it like way over there.
Yeah.
And so I let them, away from this area.
Right.
So, but then literally 5 minutes in, he goes, hey. You. And he brought me in to the podcast. I've never podcasted.
So he was just like, yo, who are you?
Dude.
And you're like, I'm Bobby's brother.
Yeah, Bob's brother. I'm just chilling, work at Fat Sal's. I'm just chilling.
And he just liked your personality.
And, he liked my personality. And then I just kept going to that.
Right.
And then through that, I met Money Mark. I met all these other cats. And then Dave one day was like, you guys want to record music? I go, yeah.
Right.
All right. And he goes, but you got to be open, Steve. I know you like the underground rap. You got to be open to all types of music.
Right.
We might make country songs or punk songs. I'm like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
So we rented a place in Big Bear. This dude, you guys would love it. It's like, it was a house, but it was like summer camp. There's like all these bungalows. It was like a huge kind of resort.
So it was like a lockout you guys got to record a specific, like just for this project.
There's no expectations. Literally, Mark brought his stuff out there with his laptop and a keyboard, his SP1200, but I knew that was an opportunity.
Right.
So I was like, literally, they'd do a song and I'd go run to my room and start writing whatever I could.
Right.
So from that, then we made an album, started doing shows, then we started doing tours. We opened it for Diane Ward in Hawaii.
And the genre of music is like, it's pretty fused with all types of shit. Right? It's like punk.
It's
punk,
rap. It's kind of rap. But to be honest with you, it was a bit difficult for me because I don't come from that world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you've always been kind of experimental with your music.
I do like all different types.
A lot of people don't know your reggaeton past. No.
No, but I do like, you know what I mean? Like, I like rock. I like Modest Mouse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
stuff.
you sound natural on the Monkey stuff because it's like you have kind of like a punk. That. You grew up on like punk shit and hard shit.
Dead Kennedys, I like, stuff like that. Black Flag, I've always, I like all that stuff, Yeah,
that's crazy.
But, I lucked out, dude, Because I gave up. I was working at Fat Sal's, and then from that, I was just like,
So did you quit Fat Sal's and you were like, I'm going to do this instead?
I'm going to do that. Yeah,
hey, Sal, I'm out of here. I'm going to go.
Shout out to Fat Sal's. Get all those sandwiches.
Why you keep shouting him out, bro?
Edit that out.
I can go back to Fat Sal's if this shit don't work out.
I'm not working in food. I'd rather die.
What did you do over there?
Oh, man, what didn't I do? I was their shake guy. I washed dishes.
So you did a little bit of everything. So
I was a cashier at first. I was taking people's orders like, hey, how can I help you?
You're fucking up. They were like, no, let's move this guy to the dishes. Yeah, I was just kind of
like, I like tuned out a lot. Where I get the order wrong. They're like, Steve, we got another position for you in the... You'd be the new shake. You could make shakes, right?
You know what? You seem like...
So, man, I would literally be behind. There'd be 5 tickets. I almost lost a fingernail, dog. Like, there was a rush, and the ice cream was so hard, like concrete, and I was trying to scoop the ice cream, and I couldn't get it, and I try to lift the bin out.
Yeah.
And like there was, like an ice cream bin, they had a metal top part.
Yeah.
I had a long fingernail that got stuck.
That's gross, bro.
Inside the bin. And I was like, ah! I like yelled for my manager, Zane. I'm like,
and that's when you got demoted down to the dishwasher position because you're fucking up the shake
I was
position.
frying mozzarella cheese sticks. I did it all. I did
Damn,
it. Yeah,
bro.
dude. Have you worked food?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, God.
I worked the shittiest jobs. I worked at a movie theater for years.
Oh, so did Mestizo in Chicago.
He did. I remember his album cover.
Shout out to Mestizo. We got to give him a shout out.
Yeah.
because
he's
brought
the one
us,
who introduced it. And Mike Gao, who I'm still good friends with.
I love Mike Gao.
Yeah, me too. Everybody loves Mike Gao. Mike Gao's out there inventing.
Shout out to Mikey. I love Mike Gao.
He's out there inventing something. But
he's a genius.
He is a genius. No, but
I miss him, dude. I haven't seen him in like 10 years. I haven't seen Mike in like 10 years.
That's a weird thing about LA, man. Like I have a lot of history with a lot of people, but I think as you get older, it's hard to see each other.
I love that kid.
Yeah. I mean,
he's such a good producer. I knew it back then. I'm like, oh, this kid has it.
You know what it is? It's like a lot of times the friendships end up becoming a lot of the work things too. So you see the people you like work with more often, right?
Yeah,
like you probably see these guys more than like you would see
every week, dude. Every week,
but more than like any other friend you would probably call up to be like, let's go hang out or something.
Exactly. Yeah. Is he good? He's inventing apps and stuff, right?
Yeah. Shout out to Mike Gao is a producer / inventor.
I wish he was here right now.
We should call them to sit in on this.
That would've
actually. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Because I could have just caught it. Because I know his history too.
Yeah, but he would have like tried to like
Steve.
Try to mix down this audio and extra shit that we don't need.
He's a genius. Yeah.
Yeah. So right now you're working on music. This is not for a project. This is all for.
No, this is just out of love, man. I just put it on my Bandcamp. You know what I mean?
How do you like your podcast stuff, man?
It's cool, man. These dudes are great.
By the way,
shout out to George and Bryce.
My producers behind the camera. I've found these guys through him being on his podcast.
That's all good. That's all good.
And then when I ran into them twice, like on Tiger Belly, I was like, yo, I need to get these motherfuckers on, bro.
They're on point.
You know what? We might edit this out because I don't want motherfuckers to steal the producers again. They get too busy.
You know
like,
what?
bro.
If you guys are watching this, that's it. You can't take these dudes. They're working on these, and that's it.
Put the time code. No more. I need them. If I see one more Asian host on a podcast, I'm gonna flip my shit, bro.
That's it. That's it.
That's the cutoff.
Yeah. So these dudes are just within the fam right
I think 3 Koreans is the cutoff.
That's enough.
Yeah. For any Caucasian, you shouldn't know any more than 3 Koreans. After that, I'm just like, there's a fetish there or something. I don't know. After 3 Koreans, that's the cutoff.
Oh, can I tell you why I started the podcast to begin with?
Why?
Because we did so Steve Aoki invited Mongchi to do New York Fashion Week.
Okay.
That was the weirdest show.
I remember that. I saw it on like David's thing where he like pinned his jacket and shit.
It was the weirdest show ever.
Really?
Dude, it was literally like Devil Wears Prada, like that world.
You're right.
There's skateboarding ramps, and we're performing. I'm sweating, and no one's even paying attention.
They weren't vibing to it or what?
No, they weren't, like, we weren't even there.
Really?
Yeah.
And you guys are aggressive. And
I was like, and they're like,
Right.
They're like, that's a weird world, dude, like that fashion world.
Right.
And so we had that show, right? And then we had one more show at a spot somewhere around there, like a normal Monchi show the next day. But that was it. That was like, we're done after that. So in my mind, I'm like, on the plane ride back to LAX, I'm thinking, oh, I'm off. This is it. Right. I'm done. But we ended up doing more stuff after. But at the time, I'm like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I was thinking about those past jobs that I've had. And I'm like... And I'm thinking, Money Mark was in back of me, and I turned around. I go, hey, man, if I start my own podcast, will you be one of my first guests? And he goes, yeah. I go, and I was like, all right, I'll do it. It's like kind of out of like self-centered fear or something,
Right.
Just being let go of the band.
I mean, you're killing it because obviously people feel comfortable in that shit.
I have fun doing it, you know what I mean?
I feel like it's comfortable just because it's literally your crib, you know what I mean? It's one shot, you had, like, we're right next to each other.
Did you have fun, man?
I had a blast.
That was fun,
man.
right?
It was like, it was cool to be in that area. Like, that was like by your old house too, right?
Yeah.
Was that your old house?
No, you were in the other part. You were in the smaller shoebox.
Yeah. But in that same unit, right?
In the same unit. Okay. I live in the back now.
I see.
Yeah, so I just upgraded to the back.
You got downgraded in life, like just all around, just occupation,
boom,
like housing. Yeah,
everything. But the room is bigger.
Yeah.
You know,
What's the, so you got on tour with Mangshi. What's the fan base for Mangshi look like?
It's real eclectic.
Curious.
Yeah, it's weird, dude. It's weird. It's mostly dudes. Mostly dudes? Yeah, mostly dudes.
Like
Hispanic
rock?
dudes, Asian dudes,
Okay.
Hispanic dudes. Yeah,
right.
mid-20s.
Okay.
Artists.
A lot of artists.
Yeah, a lot of artists that are like aspiring artists.
David Choe's fans too.
Like street artists.
Yeah. That's tight.
But we had some crazy, you know.
Any girls, any hot chicks or what?
Not really. Few
hot chicks. Yeah.
Maybe 3%.
No, because there's a lot of art
3%
art hot chicks too, like hot art chicks.
Maybe 3 to 5%.
3 to 5%
of just females.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where'd you meet your girlfriend, Steve?
I did meet my girl at a
Really?
monkey show, so that is.
Wait, you met your girl at a monkey show?
But that is an exception.
That is the 3 to 5%.
I'm lucky. 2 years with her, so shout out to my girl. I love her.
So you met her at like a LA monkey show?
Yeah, at the Smell.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Smell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was fun. And then we did a couple cool like one-offs in Hawaii because Dave knows a dude from Ruka.
Okay. Yeah.
So we opened up for Die Antwoord.
Sick.
That was weird.
Yeah,
we ate dinner with them.
They got an ill ass fan base too.
Yeah, it was kind of weird eating dinner with them.
That's.
I was sitting across directly to Yolandi.
Yeah.
You know how she was sitting? Okay, you're me, right?
Yeah. What, like staring at you like that or what?
No. You're me.
Oh yeah.
She's staring like.
Oh, not even towards you.
Not even towards me.
Oh shit! Damn.
And the only thing I remember her saying was, "How many damn members in your group?"
That's what she said.
Yeah, how many damn members in your group?
Yeah.
And she was there with Muggs, so Muggs was there with them, but I thought she was still with Ninja. It was weird, dude.
Yeah,
it was weird. They're performers though. I'll give them that. They do like costume changes and shit.
That's dope.
Yeah.
They're dope. I'm a fan. So
I like maybe 1 or 2 songs off their first album.
Yeah. No, I'm a fan. It's crazy.
So we did that, and then we opened up for Deltron in Hawaii. We did a East Coast West Coast thing. I miss it, but the thing is, Dave didn't want to do it like get a normal van. He got like the Motley Crue tour. He got like the big tour bus type thing when we didn't have that kind of fan base.
Right.
So we would be doing dive bars.
It's like epic.
Like in Seattle, and we'd roll up in like.
Well, that's dope.
Like we were like Metallica.
Right. They're like, who the fuck are these dudes?
Yeah. And
like the tour bus is like big as the dive bar.
Dude,
like,
it was huge.
You could have done this show in the tour bus.
Oh, man, I had my own bunk.
That's ill.
There's a shower in there.
That's epic.
They had like the plasma TV.
Like how is there any crazy tour stories? Like, are you guys wild on tour or what? Like,
yeah, it was wild.
Because you guys are wild, during the performances and like you guys have eccentric personalities, but on tour, how's the vibe on tour? Because some people are the opposite.
It's
like they'll be wild and they won't.
I miss it, man.
Yeah,
that's why I get hyped when I see your performance. Because you just did a festival too.
Yeah, it was fun.
And then yeah. I get hyped when I see the homies perform. I'm like, yeah.
That's the thing. It's a cool.
It's adrenaline.
Yeah. I would say like it's cool to have everyone sing along to like a chill song or something, but the hype song is the whole nother thing. A lot of times it makes me not want to even do chill shit like on tour. Like I want to
just get.
I want to keep it all hype, but it's weird because like you don't want to just make that kind of music all the time either.
Right.
But now you feel that pressure because you know how it's like the live show is all about that right now.
Yeah,
everything,
hype.
It's hard for me to balance that.
But the mellow stuff's fun to write.
I like making music that's chill too. And even a lot of stuff I listen to, I like listening to a lot of chill shit. But like, I just know like it's not the best for performances. Well,
like, you can pick and choose.
I don't play the keys or anything, so I can't just be cool up there playing while I'm singing and shit. Like,
I can't do that either.
I'm just
dude.
at the stand.
I wouldn't be able to play the piano or do some Elton John shit. No.
Yeah.
No, but it was hype, man. There's a lot of crazy shows. Like our show, the Boston show was crazy. There's mosh pits. I like it when I see the pits.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, they're like, because it takes the attention. Like as long as they're having fun.
Yeah.
You can mess up a little bit.
That's true because they're just in their
they're in their zone
in the pit. Yeah.
But that was fun. Canada shows are fun. The Vancouver show was fun.
Any actually like stories from like en route to the cities, you know what I mean? Like things that happen in between. Like not at the shows, you know, but like actually just in the cities when you're just chilling. Like in your downtime.
Trip out. Like the New York one, okay, the night before we checked out because we had to do a sound check, and then I looked at the bulletin board and it said Main Source reunion show.
Oh shit!
And I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah.
You know, like the old '90s stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, damn, dude, like Large Professor, and so they happened to sound check right after we sound checked, and Large Professor was there.
Yeah.
And so it was like meeting one of my heroes,
That's
dog.
dope.
Like I was like, I went up to him. He was cool too. He was real chill, and I'm like, oh my god, dude, I just want to meet you, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a highlight. That was a real that
That
stood
sounds
out.
like a really washed highlight, though. I'm not even gonna lie. That sounds like
Okay.
an old person highlight of the
that
tour.
was over. Yeah.
It's like I thought you were gonna be like, we did ketamine, and next thing you know, I'm butt naked running down the street in Toronto.
Oh no, none of
Okay,
that.
okay.
Wait, hold up, man. I gotta think. No, because I'm sober
No,
too.
no.
So
I
yeah.
mean, that's dude. I'm a fan too. You know,
Yeah,
Large
yeah,
Pro.
yeah.
You know, I'm just saying these stories for us. Like we're making it sound old and shit.
Yeah. No, I am old.
Yeah, me
but,
too,
You know, I
but
can lie about it.
it's all
I'll
good.
lie about it. Yeah, I'm old. But
You
yeah,
lie
that
about
was a
it.
trip. That was a trip. Meeting Dell. That was a highlight for me because I'm a huge Hyro fan.
Yeah, I'm a fan of all those guys.
Yeah.
That happens like on tour because you know when like a lot of people tour around the same time, so you'll be
Yeah.
playing a show at a venue sometimes the same night because
Yeah.
there's different rooms too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I've had some of my heroes like literally a room down like up to the point right before I go on, I'm just at their show.
That's a trip.
Like
yeah.
George Clinton was on my Portland show.
Oh, you met him?
Yeah, he tours with his whole like family. His whole family is his
Now,
whole like
that's a real-
funkadelic like
that's
family.
legendary, dude.
And like our show was downstairs in the smaller room, and he had the huge room upstairs. So after I performed, I literally just went upstairs and saw his whole show.
Damn.
And that motherfucker was killing it. And there was a gang,
Funkadelic, dude.
and a gang of old like fans, like musty ass hippies and shit. But it was
Was he cool?
They were cool. No, I didn't meet him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But
yeah,
everybody,
yeah.
I was back when I was backstage, like getting to the show. Like I just saw mad interesting characters just passing by, and like what's good, and I was like, oh shit. That's
Hey, what's a trip? I always wondered, like, what's it like now being on the other side? Because now you're that dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like there's some young Asian kid, dumbfounded. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and you know what? Honestly, like I didn't even feel that way until like recently. Like
What?
within the last like 2 years, I would say, damn, I am an old artist. Like
yeah, but dude, like,
no. I'm not saying like you know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep doing my thing and making my music, but like damn, like I never thought about myself like that. You know, being like an aging artist, you know what I mean?
Right,
being
right,
like,
right,
oh
right.
shit, like now, like these kids grew up on me. Like you never think that, you know? And like
Is that a trip to think about? That's
yeah,
that's
because
kind of a trip,
motherfuckers
right? Yeah,
will
yeah,
be
yeah.
like, damn, bro,
I was
like,
there, your WRC.
yeah,
and
I was a kid, and then they show me a picture that we took together.
Like
And
5 years
they
ago?
this was like before the kid hit puberty. You know what I'm saying? So you like you look at the picture of their picture with me, and then you look at them, and like you
Yeah.
could tell he grew into a man, and you're like, what the fuck,
Yeah,
like,
dude.
that's crazy. Like you really see it in
That's
those kind of
great.
pictures. You know what I mean?
Have you had a fan come up to you like with a tattoo of you? Like, look, dude.
Oh yeah, I've had that. Yeah.
What does that make
There's
you feel
kids
like?
when sometimes have me like sign their arm or something, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go straight to the tattoo place and like get that tatted," and I keep trying to urge them like not to do that. I'm like, bro,
There's a certain amount of
do
guilt, isn't
not.
there?
Well, yeah, I'm just like you
dude,
might
come on.
regret this. I mean, you know, people are gonna do what they want. Tattoos is that kind of thing. It's a
Yeah,
personal
yeah,
connection,
yeah.
but. I'm just like, yo, just make sure you think about this shit before you do it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
dude,
And I
yeah.
just kind of tell them like maybe you shouldn't, you know, but they're like whatever. And then I come next year and it's tatted on them. You know what I mean? Yeah, but it's
God,
cool. It's flattering.
That must be. Yeah, it's flattering. I was gonna
Yeah.
ask you how you feel about it.
I hate when
Like,
somebody tats like a lyric of mine on this shit.
Wow.
I don't mind that, except sometimes
yeah.
like I've seen a lyric tatted on them where it's like a lyric from something else that like I referenced in my song. So it's not really my lyric.
it's not even your
like,
lyric.
Yeah, it's like an homage that I made in my
Damn.
verse, you know? So I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, 'cause, you know, that's not my actual lyric. That was a
Damn,
homage
that's
to.
a trip, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've come a long way, man. Like
Yeah.
it's been fun watching your career just blossom from.
Nah, man.
I've watched all your battles, and
I
feel like I'm there with you. Like yeah.
I
go
will
get
tell
'em.
you right now, I feel great when I'm with other musicians or artists or entertainers that like we did stuff back then and they're still in it and we're all doing it, you know?
I ain't doing it for money, man. It's just,
No,
it's,
it's
you know
not.
what I mean? To be honest,
it's
let's
like
talk about this. This is some real stuff right here.
Yeah, what are you doing it for?
I'm doing it because it's like literally a sense of completion, dog, you
Right.
know? It's like whoever did that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just
Tay,
like, I
Taylor,
wanted...
do you know Tay?
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, he did this, yeah.
Oh, that's Tay?
Yeah.
Yeah, he lives
did,
around
he
here.
did one of my album covers, actually.
Tay's a homie.
Yeah, I know he did stuff for Amanchi, too, yeah.
Yeah, Tay's a homie.
He's beast, right?
Oh, yeah, he's great.
He lent me this to just hang in here while we shoot.
He's the best.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
He killed it.
Hey, you should have has he done an album cover for you?
He did, this one.
Oh, yeah, I was going to, because, yeah, dude, he's
a beast.
good,
He's
dude.
a talented
yeah.
motherfucker,
So
yeah.
shout out to Talon.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what was I saying? Yeah, it's literally a sense of, I got all these ideas and it's something that, it's just like a sense of completion. And once I'm done, I do one of two things. I get obsessive about it, where I listen to it 100,000 times.
Right.
And I look for the flaws in it, or...
So is the sharing part of it like a big part to you? Like, you know,
The sharing part's really, it's important, but once, this is just my opinion.
Yeah, no, because everyone's different.
Once you put it out there, it's like, you know, you have like a Band-Aid on, like not like a rubber band on it, and it just breaks.
Right.
You're like trying to hold on to it, and then it's not yours no more.
Right.
It's like theirs to critique and
Right.
to consume and to whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like
to me, it's like, I love creating constantly, and that's why I'm
Yeah.
still doing it. And if motherfuckers think this off of money, you're tripping, because the money is not that lit like that.
It's
I mean,
hard
it's
for
an
music.
up and down. Sometimes it's lit, sometimes
yeah.
it's not. But either way, I'm still moving, you know.
Yeah.
But the thing is, for me, like, I like making music to share it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't really like everything that I make. I usually share. I only have a couple songs in my whole career that I just kind of didn't put
it out
out.
there.
Actually, there's a good amount of songs, but but most of the time I work on it to share it.
That's
So
what's
like,
up.
so if the songs that didn't get shared is because I played it for a lot of homies or close people, and they were like, "Nah, you shouldn't share that one." Like, they're like, "Maybe that's that's chill. That's not that tight," you know. But that's kind of what it is. I that's my final completion. Actually, the final completion is actually on stage performing it.
Right.
So my stage is making it, sharing it for like listening on, you know, MP3s or whatever. And then the final is like on stage performing it. So I would say that's the final for me.
So you're in the process right now as we speak. We talked about it before. You're like, it's like crunch time right now.
Well, yeah,
right.
I mean, I have the songs I'm about to put out. I have a group of songs that's going to be the EP. I'm in the point where it's about to be out there shared for people to critique and listen to.
That's
you
what's
know,
up.
That's always a tough part too, because not everyone
is gonna feel it.
Or they compare it to a lot of your old stuff. The thing that's the tough part about being an artist that has a catalog of a lot of songs, because you make fans in different generations of you as an artist.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when you go on stage and you perform on a tour, like, and you have an hour set, what do you do, right? Because there's fans
how do you come up with that then? You do some old shit, some new shit, some
yeah,
middle.
but I just pick the stuff that
You're feeling?
I'm feeling, that I know it's gonna
Translate
live, even
yeah.
if certain cats don't know the song. But sometimes you kind of do have to put in the old stuff that your fans want, even though you don't want to perform. Like, there's a lot of shit I don't want to perform anymore because it's so fucking old. You know, but I know that if fans come to my show, they're like, I want to hear this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to do it for the fans.
Yeah, exactly. So
what's your process like before you start putting your pen to paper? Like, how do you come up with your ideas and stuff?
There's stuff sometimes that I already have the idea wanting to share.
Yeah.
Other times it's just like I listen to the beat and then it comes up with it. What's your process like?
It's the same thing, but sometimes it could be like on some conspiracy theory shit. Like that's just on my mind.
What is the topics that you like rapping?
I like on my old thing that I did a solo album during the Manchi thing, and Dave pressed the record up, the Kwangu Steebee Weebee, the title, the self-titled thing, and a lot of that was just random. Like, I have a song, Reptilians Are Real.
So this is straight up conspiracy
just
stuff.
straight up conspiracy. Yeah.
So is that something that, like, that's your...
I'm into it. Like, I stay up all night, like watching this stuff. Yeah. About like the Ebens. Like,
is it for
aliens.
the sake of like entertainment, or is it also like for the sake of research?
Oh yeah, research, baby. I love it.
But it is entertaining.
It is entertainment, and people might say you're losing your mind. That's some X-Files shit. But I find it. What are you laughing at? What's George? What are you laughing at, George?
But you're not really losing your mind because you will
dude.
have. I mean, you're still weekly consistent with like a successful podcast.
See, you gotta listen to John right here.
I'm just saying.
No. Talk to him.
Like
talk
if
to
he's
Bryce.
losing his mind, he'd be
Talk to him.
canceling these like shoots. Like, yo, we can't record today. I got to look up this reptilian information. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he'd be canceling plans. Like his girl would have already left him. His girl would have left him.
She don't even know about it. Jonathan.
Your girl don't know about it.
She don't know about it.
Well, so you're having a conspiracy affair.
Dog. She goes to sleep.
You're having a conspiracy affair. Your side chick is conspiracy
This
videos.
is just this is the stuff I like watching on YouTube when she's sleeping. I
Yeah.
put my little earbuds in.
Yeah, but it's not.
Yeah.
You're not really self-destructive with it. It's like a thing. You just.
People listen to ASMR.
Yeah, this is.
To go to sleep. I choose to listen to that alien shit.
I
love it. I love it, dude.
If they made videos about this alien shit with ASMR voice, you would be.
Oh, dude, I would
done.
be in first in line. I'd go to the live screening, whatever. If they had a presentation of it, I'd be first in line.
That's amazing.
I'm a huge fan of it, dude.
That's amazing.
Huge.
So why don't you tell me something that you just recently learned a fact?
Okay, this is crazy, right? Okay, there's this lady, Linda Moulton Howe. Look her up, man. She's a researcher. She first started researching alien mutilations back like in the 80s.
Okay.
Of like these aliens found in like fields with like eyes missing, ears missing, limbs missing.
So
with no blood.
Why do they get mutilated though?
But this is the thing. There's no like blood. There's no like track marks. It's literally clean. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
Where like it was like abducted by a UFO and like an alien technology like did something to it and then beamed it back down.
But you're
type
saying
shit.
like humans or animals or what? Like.
Well, yeah, it's mostly animals like cattle,
Right.
horses and stuff like that. But
so they're like this is super perfect precision mutilation.
Okay. So
she
peep game. So she. Why you looked at me like I'm crazy, Bryce? I'm trying to. All right, just don't look at me like I'm crazy. So
that's exactly what crazy people say, by the way.
So she started with that, but then she started like researching other stuff, and so she came up with a theory that 3 different alien races are like controlling the planet or have been for millions of years. Like they're like battling for the planet Earth.
Okay.
So it's the Ebens. And they're pear-shaped aliens. They're bald. They kind of look like grays, but it's like more pear-shaped.
Yeah.
heads.
The ones that a lot of people reference as what an alien would look like.
Yeah,
right?
Ebens. Not the little grays. They're smarter. They're smarter.
Right.
So it's the Ebens, reptilians, the Anunnaki, and the Palladians, which are like the blonde-haired, blue-eyed looking motherfuckers. You know. They look like basically like George.
Where does that theory come from? That there's 3
I don't know, man.
It's
just interesting as hell. I don't know where she gets it, but I listen to it like it's X-Files. I love it.
Is she like still talk about it?
Dude,
or what?
she's got books, man. Like I bought one, Glimpses of Other Realities.
Yeah.
And I remember the UPS guy didn't. I wasn't there to pick it up, so I had to sign for it, and so I had to go to the post office in Hollywood there. And then my brother is like, hey, let me pick you up. Let's go get lunch. And then he picked me up, and then I had the book in the passenger seat. And I started, like, flipping through the pages.
Yeah.
And then he was just driving, and he kept, like, randomly looking over. And he's like, what are you looking at, man? I got this alien book, dog. And he got scared because he saw pictures of aliens on stretcher boards and stuff. And he goes, hey, man. If you don't stop this shit, I'm gonna have to tell mom and dad, and we're gonna have to send you to a mental ward, man.
Look, so he was really worried.
He was really
like genuinely worried about you.
Yeah, like he thought I was losing my mind.
Yeah.
So when it comes to that, like, I don't really bring it up to him or.
Yeah, but
I mean,
like, where are your?
I listen to David Icke and stuff too. You know what I mean? Like he mainly focuses on like reptilians, how they exist beyond like visible light and shit. Like how you can't see them and they can shapeshift and stuff too.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't think you're in like dangerous levels of interest about aliens.
Dude,
though.
it's like I
believe in aliens.
Yeah, it's like Star Trek and all them movies I loved growing up. Aliens and even Terminator. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's not aliens, man, it's AI. That's around the corner, dude.
It's
like
true.
Elon Musk, you know what I'm saying? Like he was on Rogan. He says that could be like our extinction. You know what I'm saying? Like
artificial. That AI will destroy us,
dude.
or what?
Well, if they start thinking on their own, And they're like, I don't need humans. And they, that's why I think Hollywood, like movies like Terminator, like they're warning, you know what I mean? Like that.
But what if they don't get violent? They're just like, yo, let's chill.
That'd be cool too.
Let's get it.
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
That'd be tight.
Yeah. But I'm sorry to go off our rant.
Get an AI girlfriend. Yeah. That already exists, actually. There's mad people with AI girlfriends, for sure.
Yeah, like what's that movie with Joaquin Phoenix?
Oh, yeah, her.
Yeah, that was
That's
tight.
exactly what it is, yeah.
You like that, George? Yeah.
George is like, I watch it.
I didn't think I'd be talking about this shit, dude.
She's like, I fap to the audio.
If my girl listens to it, she's going to be like, babe, I'm concerned. We have to, can we talk?
Oh, damn, that's true. You did. You really did just kind of spill the beans about your conspiracy affair that you've been having.
Like YouTube video research when she's sleeping.
What would happen if she woke up and saw you watching that?
She would be concerned, to say the least.
Why would she be concerned?
Well, like, I switch it over.
Only if you get all defensive, like close your laptop,
I'm quick with these hands. So if she even looks, I switch it over to soccer real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just watching Arsenal, babe. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
She doesn't know. She knows kind of I'm into it, but she doesn't know like the extent of. I spend hours like listening to this
stuff. Would she be into it?
No.
She's not into
She comes from a religious background to begin with. You know what I'm saying? So any belief system like Christianity, Catholicism.
I always
that's
wonder why
out the window.
aliens don't really play into the whole religious, history and knowledge like of. Like they should, right?
Well, they mentioned like Garden of Eden, like the serpent. You know what I mean? The snake.
Oh,
you know
what I'm saying? That could be the aliens.
Yeah, dude. It could be like it could be symbolically the alien, like trying to trick Eve or whatever. You know?
Right.
So I don't want to go. I didn't think I was gonna go.
Moses is probably some Aquaman dude.
Yeah.
Like from
Because you have to also think if there's one alien, like how many alien races are there? Is it just those three that I mentioned, or are there? I'm sure
I've heard tons more that lady doesn't know about.
Yeah, I heard there's in the books there's a mantis claw, like a mantis prey looking one.
All right, now you're losing me over here.
Okay. We're gonna edit all day. We'll edit this.
Jesus
Christ. My girl's gonna.
The alien dudes are like, finally, god damn, this is the content we wanted, motherfucker. Shit.
Yeah. But anyway, so I didn't want to go off on a rant, but like if you look at Glimpses of Other Realities, Volume 2, Linda Moulton Howe. Man, it's interesting, man. She's got like documents in there, and like there's funny illustrations too, accounts.
There's a really good alien documentary on Netflix.
Oh, what's it called?
Oh, fuck, it's like the best one I've seen. It's called like, do you know what I'm talking about? It's called like Identified or something like that.
First the Bannisters of UFOs, but that's more of a.
Nah, there's one that's like really dope right now. It's the best one I've seen, and it's like all these military officials that are like coming out, like that used to be ex-military, and they're just spilling the beans on all this shit.
Well, they talk about the graves?
No, I don't know if they got that deep. They're just saying like, oh yeah, we definitely, had alien stuff missions and shit that we've done. Cause
from my research, them grays are really the little slave, the minions of the reptilians, and like that gray suit or whatever that's not really what they look like. They're really pink. That's like a really tight knitted suit on them. Credo Mutwa, this African shaman, talks about them. They call them they pinky.
All right. I was with you. I was like really with you until just this recent shaman and the pinky, the gray suits. Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
I'm gonna tell your parents.
I'm sorry,
Me and Bobby are telling your parents.
Yeah, I didn't mean
tomorrow.
to. Yeah, man, I didn't think I was gonna talk about this, man.
Oh no.
Yeah, just so the last 20
I'm
minutes.
interested. That's
why I
asked you
about it.
Last 20 minutes,
just don't listen. If you listen to this episode.
The last 20 minutes?
Yeah. Because I don't want to be checked into a mental ward. You know what I mean? That would be hell.
I was gonna ask you, like, now you're doing a lot of, especially going into like podcasting and more personality stuff. Have you like dabbled with like comedy, like stand-up comedy and stuff?
Oh, I tried, dog.
Yeah, were you doing that for a while? Or what, like
I hit the circuit.
You were doing the circuit.
I was doing the open mic
when was
circuit,
this?
dog.
Like, when was this? Like,
this is like maybe 3, 4 or 5 years ago.
So this was like when you were starting up the podcast stuff, or what?
No, this is before.
Oh, before it.
Yeah, I would hit like 3 mics a day.
Yeah.
I would I'd go up a lot, dude.
This was after Fat Sal's or during Fat Sal's?
Yeah, I think during.
Oh shit.
During. I would hit mics, and then I'd work the graveyard, the midnight to 5 a.m. shift at Fat Sal's.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I got to a point where this is where I went wrong. I mean, because people have encouraged me to like, why aren't you doing it again? But man, I'll get to I bombed very badly.
I mean, everybody does.
No. This was I opened up for my brother in Tempe.
Okay.
At the Improv. And so my whole act, I didn't even tell jokes. Like my puppet show, Little Ray's World.
Yeah.
My whole thing, I just wanted to get to the cowboy rap.
Yeah.
So my whole bit was no jokes. It was just like, $40 beer, 40, you know what I mean? And it was crazy.
Yeah.
And so my brother, he was doing a show in Tempe Improv, like 4th of July, like big show.
Yeah.
Sold out. And he's like, all right, dude, you could open.
Right.
You could MC, dude. But make sure you have to listen to my advice, dude. Engage the crowd. Let me hear your joke. And he'd ask to hear my jokes.
Right.
And I would always get defensive. Like, nah, dude, this is my art, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't even let him hear. I should have let him screen my jokes.
So you didn't say it for him?
No, I didn't tell him my jokes.
Okay.
And I'll get to that. That story gets deep. So I'm in the green room. But put it this way, there's more back history. When I went to Arizona State, John, you know?
Yeah.
I went to ASU. I used to work there. So I worked at the Tempe Improv as a food runner.
Okay.
So there was a little bit of like me coming into my own, like, yeah, I'm going to show them.
Right.
I used to work there. Now I'm performing here.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
Like, I'm going to show them all.
Yeah.
That never ended
Is that
up.
why you wanted to perform in that particular show?
Specifically.
Okay.
I'm like, put me for that one.
I see.
I'm going to shine. That's like, I'm going to shine so hard there. You'll see, Bob. I'll make you proud.
Yeah.
So it was the opposite that ended up happening, by the way.
And then just no reaction or what?
Well, yeah, so I'm going to get to that.
Yeah,
so I'm in the green room, and so I'm nervous as hell because I'm like, it ain't like music, dog. You know how music is.
Yeah.
If you mess up, the music's still there.
That's
if you
true,
mess up one word, you
I
get
always
back.
say stand-up is even more terrifying.
Yeah, because there's nothing. There's no noise.
Right.
So there's an MC, and the MC's supposed to bring me on. So I'm like basically like the opener kind of MC, like the first act, and then Nick Youssef, and then my brother as the main guy. So they're like, okay, and coming up to stage is Stephen Lee. But during that, I'm in the tunnel. There's like this little back room, and I get a bloody nose. So I'm bleeding out of my nose, and I'm like, I literally have only a couple seconds to get on stage. So like while he's saying that, I'm like, going like this, and I'm like trying. Like I always have napkins on me too, by the way. So thank God I might have had a Starbucks napkin. I might have done this, and I just went, did that.
Yeah, the Korean, the nosebleed stuff,
the Korean style, and then I did this, and it was like.
I like how that's before you continue. I like how that's the resolution for a nosebleed for Koreans. You just ball up a tissue, and you just straight up block it.
That's old school.
And you just have it hanging out there for the rest of your day,
baby.
and that's it. That's how you resolve
old school,
it.
Yeah,
yeah, it's crazy.
So I did that, and it felt like slow motion. So I get up there, and I didn't even look at. You know how like in any kind of performance, you have to at least engage the. Thanks for coming out.
Right.
I didn't do any of that. I literally look at the ground and start going, start doing this cowboy thing. And then I look up and it was just a sea of silence.
Damn.
And then I start sweating. And then I just remember this old white lady. She was in the front and she looked at me with such hatred, dude. She was just like,
like she's not even racist, but all of a sudden at that very moment she's like, nah, I don't like Asians anymore.
Yeah, so
it's just like that's how like mad she was that joke that you bombed. She was I hate Asians now.
And so it was like you could hear a pin drop, and then
damn.
What ended up happening? The MC,
but nobody booed though.
No, they didn't boo. But
is it worse, you think, if somebody booed and said something, or if it was just dead silent? What's worse? That's actually a good question.
That's actually a really good question.
Yeah.
They both feel shitty.
They do. Yeah.
But either way, if you're one of the two, it's probably in the same box.
Right,
one may be worse than the other, but it's still you're in that box.
I feel like the booing would give me material. Like if somebody booed me, I could single that motherfucker. Like, you know what? Fuck you.
Yeah.
And I would direct my energy. At
But you
least
come
at
from that
something.
world, though. You're used to
That's
that.
true,
Yeah,
that's
you
true.
come from. I don't. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're known to do that.
Yeah, I'll battle rap anybody.
My mind just goes blank. I just blanked out. And the MC had to save me. He goes, okay, anyway. And then he actually held me. Like, come on, like trying to like lure me off
Like
the
he
stage.
had a big cane in like the Apollo show. Just
And so he did that. And I knew
Did your brother see you too?
No, he was in the green room, but he heard. I'll get to that. I'll get to that. I'm gonna
you
get to
guys
that. I'm
had
gonna
a
get to
thing.
that. Don't worry.
Damn.
I'm gonna get to
All
that.
right.
But I knew, you know, when you fail at anything, your mind tries to justify, just to make you to keep you safe.
Yeah.
At bay, like, I didn't do too bad.
Right.
You know, like, you know, it's like you're trying to justify it. But I knew it hit me. I knew I did bad because I had to walk through the crowd to the green room. There is in the front of the club.
Right.
So I had to kind of walk through the crowd, and they didn't even look at me, dog. They looked at me like I wasn't even like a ghost. Like I was trying to, you know what I mean? Like
they didn't turn.
No, they just looked straight. They're like, you know, I was right there. And that's when I knew, like my nunchi, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I didn't do good.
Wait, did you not know you didn't do good when it was dead silent to begin with?
No, I knew I bombed,
Yeah.
but then after, because I was such in pain,
Yeah.
I was like, trying to justify it, like from that moment to walk, before I had to walk to the
Yeah,
green room,
yeah.
I'm thinking, yeah, I didn't do it, you know. But then
Right.
once I saw the reaction of the crowd, like not looking at me, not even, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Paying me no mind, I was like, oh, fuck.
Right.
Ooh, this is not good.
God damn.
So I get to the green room, and so my brother has his head down, and he's like, I think he said something to effect. He let me he was kind of light on me. He goes, a couple things. I'm proud of you that you did it.
Oh, he was nice.
Yeah, he was
kind of
nice.
Yeah.
But it's going to take a lot of work. I go, okay. And so there's 2 other shows that I thought I was on. That was only the first show.
Right.
So I'm thinking, okay, well, you know.
We'll get it right on the next one.
We're going to get it right.
Yeah.
We're going to make it right. But that never ended up happening. So
He's like, there won't be a next one.
No, what ended up happening?
Yeah.
The manager took my brother while this was going on. He took
The manager of the venue?
the manager of the improv or the
Right.
whatever the manager that night said, yeah, your brother's cut.
Yeah.
He's done. I was off the other shows.
Yeah, the rest of the show.
So I was like chilling. It was kind of uncomfortable because in my mind I'm like, all right, I'm here for the next 2. I'm ready.
Right.
But then I kept hanging out, and then it was like no one would talk to me. Nick did his thing, came out, and he's like no one was talking to me.
Right.
And then my brother's like, you know what? You could just go. I go, what? He's like, yeah, you could go home. I'm like, oh, damn.
That sounds like the worst night ever.
Yeah, it was
bro.
pretty bad. And so not only that, I was cut off the last 2, and then my brother had to lie about it. He goes, no, you know what he said? He goes, man, time constraints, bro. It's like we're running low on time.
Right,
we don't have time.
right.
You know, we barely have enough time
I
for
mean,
Nick.
that's nice that he lied.
Yeah, he lied.
That's because that's a
kind
nice gesture.
to kind of safeguard,
Yeah,
but then
exactly.
we got into it after. I'll get to that. There's more. There's a little bit more.
There's layers,
There's
okay.
layers. So I'm like, you know what? God, I'm hungry. You know, I'll just go through Del Taco. I drove my mom's Camry to the venue.
Yeah.
They live in Gilbert, by the way. So my
Okay.
folks are in Arizona.
Okay.
So I only had to drive 15 minutes back home. So I get a bunch of tacos,
Right.
and I went to the kitchen table. My mom was there. So I didn't know this, but my brother let my mom know what happened, but he didn't tell me.
Yeah.
So my mom, I'm eating my tacos, just chilling, and she comes up and she like starts questioning, like she's like, "Why did you do it? What are you doing, Steve?" And I'm like, "You go, Moya, you go." What? She was saying, "Why did you what are you doing?"
Like
And-
saying why did you
like
perform?
what are your what's your act about?
Yeah.
She was questioning my material.
Yeah.
And like while I'm eating Del Taco.
Right.
So I'm like,
Just like
Mom,
like
I know what I'm doing.
But what was that reaction? Just like you
I was
failed.
pissed.
Like
I
she
was
was like,
pissed.
but she was like, you failed at that. Like, is that what her reaction was?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, why are you doing cowboy? Like, what are you doing? What is
Like,
this
it's
cowboy
almost
stuff?
like she's critiquing.
Yeah,
your
she's
act.
critiquing my act. And so I go, you don't know comedy, Mom. And so that night I just go to the room.
And your mom's like straight like she's like
straight.
a fob.
She's from Seoul. Yeah. She
I
kind of.
love that like her with the accent is critiquing your comedy act. They're like, no, that's not funny.
Yeah,
Like,
she go, 이거 못해. 이거 뭐야? I was like, you don't know comedy, Mom.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing.
Right.
She goes, oh. And then I didn't want to hear that, dude. So I'm in my room, and then I'm like, I don't know. I might have. I was at the Notebook. I was like, my brother finished. He came home later, and then he like, because like he had his room, and he was like, "Can I talk to you, bro?" I go, "What, man?" He goes, "I just want to talk about your act," and he goes, I think I could help you write better material." I go, I know what I'm doing, Bob. We just got into this fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that was the last time, you know what I mean? That's
the last time you did a gig?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah,
So
I
that
was
was
done
the-
after that.
Okay.
Yeah. Although I shouldn't have, you know?
So everything was leading up to that, all the open mics,
Yeah,
everything you were doing.
dude, I'm
yeah.
telling you, man. I did, what was the one, the comic book one on Mondays? It's, what?
The Nerdist?
Yeah, I did the Nerdist one
Yeah.
on Mondays. I did like the raffle one.
How did all the ones leading up to that go before the big one?
You know what's a trip, dude? Okay, this is how at least when I was doing it, the stand-up comic, the open mic scene, at least when I was doing it, it's hard to gauge your shit, dude.
Right.
Like, honestly, real talk. Because when you show up to these things, you show up like at 4, get us coffee and a croissant,
Right.
you show up, chill, and then it's literally other comics watching you.
Right.
So you're like, hey, so anyway,
Yeah.
you know, you're doing your bits, and then it's other comedians
Just with their arms crossed.
yeah, just like yeah. So at least when I was doing it, the vibe was like the scene was like really not that. It was weird. You know what I'm saying? Like you couldn't really gauge if
Right.
anything you did was right or funny or if you had the right format at least.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you
I went right into the cowboy rap. Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. But then, you know, I want to keep it positive. I know this is a harsh story, but at least I came out with the puppet show. Because for my podcast, I made Little Ray into my puppet show.
That's tight. That's what's up.
So now on my on the Steebee Weebee podcast, at the end,
Silver lining.
yeah, there's I do a puppet show with like puppets, and then he's stuck in
Yeah.
this other dimension with a robot, and each week he meets a different character, you know.
Yo.
So it went from, but peep game, like I realized when I was doing that material, that wasn't even meant for comedy, dog. That was a music thing.
Right.
Because not only did I do it before Lil Ray, I did it for Monchi. They let me do that
Right.
for a little interlude.
I love how like he was
Yeah.
not abandoning this idea of
I
the
know.
cowboy. Like, no, fuck that. We're squeezing this
Yeah,
in,
no, yeah.
and everything I
No.
do creatively.
I was stern, dude. I was like, no, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I don't know if that's a Korean. We're stubborn people.
Yeah.
We're very stubborn.
He's like,
I will
I have
not
this
do-
cowboy dream I must fulfill.
Yeah. So I would, during like Monchi practices, I'd be like, I got an idea, man. And I had the cowboy hat on,
Yeah.
and they would play a little country tune, and I would incorporate that thing that I used to do in the comedy act into the Monchi act. So
Yeah.
it worked out, dude, you know?
Yeah, where does the cowboy character come from?
I don't even know, dude. I have no idea. I just thought it would be cool. What's up, George?
Didn't you say it came from Modest Mouse? Like you're listening to Modest Mouse?
Oh yeah, well a lot of it, some inspiration. That one album, Lonesome Crowded West, that's like one of my favorite albums. And Cowboy Dan, that's like one of my favorite songs ever. And so I got a lot of inspiration from that. But I
Yeah.
also wanted to like it'd be kind of cool. Like I would thought it'd be cool for like this cowboy character to be into like rap music or something, you know what I mean?
Right,
or like,
right.
or then it kind of elevated from that and for him getting abducted by aliens and like taken to this other dimension. So there's different levels of it. Yeah, I know. I never let it
Come
go,
full
dog.
circle.
Yeah,
All the
yeah.
interests has
Yeah.
just fused into one.
Yeah.
That's tight. I mean, that's great that you went through the process. You had your graduation show almost. That's what it, was, right?
Almost, yeah. I mean, you know what, dude? Like, I'm sure a lot of comics have had those similar bombing stories.
Yeah.
And who's to say? I mean, dude, I'm telling you, like, one good thing is comedians have like with rappers and shit, it's hard to, unless like you get a name, it's hard to just work out your material, like the comedy has the Comedy Store. They have the Improv. They have the Laugh Factory.
Well, I think it's all around. It's hard to work it out. As an artist, I know your biggest enemy for a critique, it could be you,
Oh, yeah.
You can get the critique, and, it does make you feel like shit. You could be a little stubborn about it. You could fight it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like, if you believe in a creative vision, you should stand by it, but then you should also have the other side where you listen to other people. But, like, where do you draw the line between both? Like, where do you fight for your ideas and where do you actually just be like, okay, maybe I should make some changes? You know what I mean? Like, you need to kind of be in the between. You can't be one fully.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you sit by your cowboy shit. Like, you can still make that shit work.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But you know what? In hindsight now, if I could go back in a time machine, I would have listened to criticism. Yeah, I would have listened to constructive criticism,
you probably should have, because you had that in your back pocket.
Dude,
not a lot of people have that in their back pocket.
Dude, my brother's he's a G.
Yeah, I'm sure Bobby doesn't want to go out giving advice to every motherfucker and waste time doing that.
He's a veteran at, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's been doing it for 20 plus years now, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I should have listened to his ad.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But
I
you're
should
like,
listen.
that wouldn't be valuable.
No, but he had value. He was like, structure, setup. Just keep
he was
it
like giving you,
and I was just like, nah, man, but it's like, dude, like, I don't know how to write jokes. I'd watch specials like Sam Kinison, you know what I mean? I would just watch like Bill Burr and like, okay. But it's like, there's only so much you could get by watching comedy specials, you know what I'm saying? So like, that was, you know what? It happened.
Yeah,
it happened. Whatever.
I mean,
dude.
it doesn't get worse than that.
That was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
So I don't think you're gonna feel worse ever.
Yeah. I mean, I bombed a few times. What are you laughing at, George? This is painful. This is a painful experience for me, dude.
Nah, I mean that's the whole point of bombing, though. It's so
why,
you're like.
Why are you laughing at me, George?
Actually, that is a bad comment because it could get just as worse over and over again.
Yeah.
And it could be worse, actually.
Yeah.
It could totally be worse.
It was pretty bad. Yeah.
I don't know why I just said that. Actually, my bad. That's bad advice.
Yeah.
It actually could get worse. But
I've had dreams and stuff because of that. What are you laughing at, man? This is sensitive for me, man. You know what I mean? I've had dreams. I'm still working through it.
Have you ever bombed on a rap thing, like a rap show or? I have too.
Yeah,
so don't get me
to
wrong.
the point. Well, in my defense, most of the times I bombed is because I was too faded.
Right.
Like when I was at Nova House, you know how it was back
same.
then. Like,
I've gotten too faded.
Yeah,
for
like
shows
where
too.
I was like a little bit too faded, where I was a little bit like disoriented. But like then again, with music, it's like if you're off a bar, you could kind of like. You could kind of get away with it. It's not like a sea of silence like a comedy show.
Well,
You know
I think there's a lot of like, low expectations for rap shows now.
Yeah, it's not really, especially
just
nowadays
because,
too.
because most of the time, like with
motherfuckers
shows,
are rapping over their tracks.
Yeah, and it's like, you have the crowd rapping your lyrics more than they do nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So I do think there's low expectations, which is like sad. I think the live element of shows and everything. I guess the dope thing is they do still have that energy on stage that gets the crowd still like hype, which is dope.
I like performing, man. You know what I mean? Like it's just like comedy is just like it's a certain type of performing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a very specific.
Yeah.
It's very where you're just.
So what are you trying to do, like a Tenacious D kind of thing?
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking I was like being like cutting edge.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is it. They're gonna see my brilliance right now.
I think you should go off about the alien species and shit, and you could work that in.
See, now
somehow.
you're talking, dude. Like, you know what, dude? Now you're talking.
Don't take my advice.
No. I'm gonna listen to you.
Okay.
Because now that's actually something. Because that's a topic.
Yeah, and
there's people in that world. You know what I mean? There's conspiracy theory podcasts. You know what I mean? So
you could flip that.
What do you think, Bryce? You think that's a good idea? You've been kind of quiet over there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Are they always like this?
Go for it.
They're like this exactly with mine.
Nah, they react.
Okay, yeah.
They're not robotic for sure.
No, but like with the music thing, that's like I have effed up quite a bit.
Yeah.
But It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah.
Steebee Weebee's failed comedy dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean the comedy stuff. I've done it too, you know, and I've done the circuit for a bit. Like it is insane.
It's different,
stuff.
right?
Yeah, but it is one of my dreams to do like a double album with like half rap shit, half comedy special, like an hour-long comedy special.
Yeah, yeah.
Not a comedy rap album. Like I want them both to be taken seriously on each side.
Yeah.
But I'm talking like a stand-up comedy hour audio, you know,
that would be tight,
file,
dude.
and then like just 12-track album. You know, that'd be sick.
You think that the comedy as far as Asian Americans have, like, because you have people like Margaret Cho, Aquafina now is killing it. Dr. Ken.
No,
you know
I mean,
what I mean,
I think so. Jimmy O Yang, like all these guys, they're doing great. Like, you know, fucking. I think it's dope because there's characters, and Bobby's like an OG of that, like a comedian who's like edgy and don't play up like all this other, you know, the cliche shit. Like they're wild and alternative Asians, you know what I'm saying? Which is like have been the biggest thing for the last like, you know, couple of years is like the alternative weirdo Asian motherfuckers.
Yeah, you think
shit.
they'd be like even more supportive, like for Asian comics to come out now opposed to like the 90s? Because it was kind of tough back then.
Yeah, the thing about it is with comedy or anything, you know, in pop culture, and where you're making a social commentary, like where you're making commentary about pop culture, you have to kind of educate the masses about what an Asian person is or what they're like. And I feel like early on, people didn't know what the fuck that was. You know what I'm saying?
It makes me think of that video you have with like the, you know, like your like the actor, like as far as the roles, you know, Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah.
Like, what's that song called?
Oh, Safe.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, that's the thing.
I was proud of I was proud of you for doing that because I'm like, okay, so he's speaking on behalf of all how we felt the whole time.
Yeah, I mean the thing is the reason people
I mean?
still laugh at like Asian cliches and stereotypes is because they don't know, they don't have a large knowledge of what Asia and culture is like. So still all those like stupid ass surface level jokes still work sometimes because people that's still what people know.
Dude, I grew up with Long Duck Dong.
Yeah.
And Data from the, you know what I'm saying?
You know who I feel like that does like Asian culture jokes really well?
Who?
And because they understand Asian cultures, like individual Asian cultures, is Russell Peters, right? Because like he like knows what like a Vietnamese person is like or a family's like.
Oh, like specifically?
Yeah, specifically to a difference compared to like a Chinese family, a Korean family, and all that. And that's why he does have a huge fan base that are Asian.
He's huge,
because
isn't he?
everyone kind of who grew up around Asians could understand those differences. You know what I'm saying?
So
Which
he
is like
really
a very
knows.
Yeah, it's like a very particularly like Asian style jokes. Like he's like an Asian comedian in a way.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? Like he really kind of dissects those cultures.
Dude,
like
that dude's like, isn't he? He's really big, right?
Probably because he fucking got all the Asian motherfuckers. Like who, you know, that's a huge demographic. Like if you're gonna target it and talk specifically about them.
Yeah. But, man, that's cool, man. I would like to see that through, like that comedy album with the music.
That'd be sick.
That would be sick. Because back then, like they used to put out comedy albums like on vinyl.
Right.
And so, dude, that's like paying homage to that as well.
We'll see. It's a long journey, man.
Yeah.
Gotta put in the dues.
Yeah.
So when's the next thing we could expect from you, man? What do you got going on? Your podcast is always gonna be on.
Yeah, that's always gonna be on. I'm close to finishing up my
Give the name of the podcast first. Come on.
Okay,
Okay, I just expected everybody to know.
Hey,
But
can I start plugging?
Go ahead, plug it.
Okay, I'm gonna start plugging. YouTube.com/Steebee Weebee, the Steebee Weebee Show. SteebeeWeebee.
Okay.
Did I do that right, Bryce?
Good job.
It sounds like a really easy
all double
thing, like
E's.
easy URL and great name, but actually it could be confusing as
It
fuck.
could be,
Yeah.
Okay, so that, and then I have my Bandcamp, Steebee Weebee at same thing at bandcamp.com.
Okay.
The album's almost done. I just did on my, I did most of the beats on my
And
sampler.
you're just gonna put it out.
I'm just gonna put it on my Bandcamp.
Cool.
Yeah, maybe a music video. I don't know. I don't even know any directors or anything. So I might do that. I don't know. Nowadays you have to, right? You have to put out a video, right? So I gotta do the video.
Yes, videos would be
video
essential.
would be nice.
Yeah.
JJ said he'd help with that.
Okay.
So shout out to Mestizo if he could help me with that.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
man.
I'm just gonna. It's just 10 songs. I got Wee Man on a punk song. JJ's on it.
that's
I wish
tight.
you would have the next one.
Dude, I will feature
Can
on
we
anything
do-
you ask me to do.
Can we? I'm gonna put you on the spot.
I
Can
got
we
you.
possibly do a music project in the future?
Yeah, let's do a
Because I
song
would
or
like
two.
to.
Let's do it.
Like, if not, I'd like to do a beat for you or
yeah,
something.
no, I'm telling you,
what I mean?
let's make a song.
Yeah,
let's make a
yeah,
song.
yeah,
We're
yeah.
gonna make a song, and then
I
we'll
would
drop
like- I
it
would
out
like
through
that.
our podcast.
I would like that.
To our podcast fans.
Yeah, that'd be dope. So
Yeah.
yeah, I have those 2 things, and then can I plug in my Patreon? Because
ahead.
we're losing some. We're losing some.
We should work on branding a little better.
Yeah,
Steve.
yeah.
Let's
So patreon.com/Steebee Weebee.
We'll probably not mention the part where
No,
you guys
no,
are
no,
losing
keep
the
it in there.
Patreons. All right.
Hey, join the Patreon family. There's gonna be like rare artwork, rare music. I'm doing a diary vlog every Monday, right, George?
Yeah.
I'm doing dream
It's
interpretations now every Monday. Okay, Patreon.com/Steebee Weebee. Become a part of the family. Right, Bryce?
Pay Steve's rent.
And then you
Yeah, I
can
need the
know
rent.
all the darkest secrets
Oh
of the
yeah,
world.
I get.
all the conspiracy theories.
I get. George, do I get?
Oh, you go deep.
We
I
already,
go deep.
we already gave too much of the Patreon content today
Yeah.
on this podcast right here. Yeah, I want to thank you,
Yeah,
bro.
dude, come on, dude.
Steebee Weebee.
Can I come on again in the
Of course,
future?
bro. Of course. Next
Did
time.
you have fun?
Next time we'll get Mike Gow.
That's the next
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Mikey,
And then
please holler at me too. I miss you. I love you.
Next time we'll definitely fill the table up. And we'll
Yeah,
have
yeah,
a nice
Mikey. I
little
wanna
chat.
I wanna see you, buddy. I'm
Cool.
proud of you. Yeah.
All right, tune in next week, y'all. Fun with Dom.